All right, welcome back to Iranian Things. We are on our third deep dive. Can you believe it?
It's hard to believe time flies when you're unearthing fascinating Iranian lore.
It really does. And today's topic, uh, it's a pretty wild one, I think. A legendary genie.
Ooh, a genie. Tell me more.
Well, this isn't your average, wish-granting genie in a lamp. This one's a bit more, shall we say, menacing.
Yeah.
And the story comes from, let me see, the Rudqat region, right? Near Tabriz, up in northwestern Iran.
That's right, Rudqat. And even today, people there talk about this genie, Khortan-Kholee, kind of in hushed tones, like they're still a little afraid of him.
Khortan-Kholee. That's a name that sticks with you. So where do we even start with a story like this?
Well, every good story has a beginning, right? And this one starts with the sorceress, actually. Shaman Memi, they called her.
A sorceress. Okay, so we're already in intriguing territory. What was she like?
Well, from what we've gathered, Shaman Memi lived near this spring called Pir Balagi. It was a place of power, people said. And one day she was approached by a rather ambitious fellow, the Khan's son.
The Khan's son, so we're talking royalty here.
Exactly. And this young man, well, he wasn't exactly known for his patience. He wanted his father's power, the sooner the better, and he was willing to do whatever it took to get it.
So he goes to Shaman Memi looking for a shortcut to the throne, basically.
In a nutshell, yes. He wanted her to, work her magic, so to speak, maybe cook up a powerful curse or something to help him seize power.
I see where this is going. Ambition and magic, never a good combination.
No, not at all. And Shaman Memi, well, she saw an opportunity, maybe a chance to get rich quick, who knows. So she agreed to help him.
And that's where things went sideways, I'm guessing.
Big time. So they set up this elaborate ritual, all these incantations, ingredients, the whole 9 yards. But something went very wrong. Instead of casting a curse, they accidentally summoned something else entirely, something much, much bigger.
Okay, I have to ask, what did they summon?
They summoned Khortan-Kholee, a powerful genie, but not the kind you want to rub a lamp for, if you know what I mean. Think more like an untamed force of nature, pure chaos.
And I'm assuming core Shaman Memi was the first to feel Khortan-Kholee's wrath.
She was. The summoning went haywire and, well, let's just say she paid the ultimate price for meddling with forces beyond her control. And the Khan's son, witnessing all this, decided it was time to get out of Dodge and fast.
Yeah, I don't blame him one bit. But what about Khortan-Kholee? I mean, he didn't just disappear after that, did he?
He did not. In fact, he kind of took over the region, unleashed his power on everyone and everything, caused chaos, sowed fear, the whole works. What's really chilling is he seemed to particularly target the most vulnerable, especially children.
So this wasn't just some mischievous spirit. This was a real threat. How did the people of Rudqat even begin to deal with something like that?
Well, they knew they couldn't fight him head on. They needed a different approach, something more subtle, more in tune with their culture, you could say.
And what was that?
Music. Specifically, the music of an ashik.
An ashik.
Yes, an ashik is a kind of traveling bard, a musician and storyteller who holds a special place in Iranian tradition. The ashik's music is powerful stuff, almost magical, some believe.
And they thought this music could somehow control a genie.
Well, they hoped it could at least soothe him, distract him, maybe lull him into a trap. The idea was to lure Khortan-Kholee to the Mirakaya Valley, this beautiful place with a holy spring, and use the music to bind him there.
So they were fighting chaos with beauty, evil with harmony. I like it.
Right. It's this idea of using the power of art and nature to combat something dark and destructive. It's a very powerful concept, I think. But whether it actually worked, that's the real mystery.
Wait, so we don't know for sure if they trapped him?
To this day, in Rudqat, there are different stories. Some say the ashik's music was so beautiful, so infused with the spirit of the valley, that Khortan-Kholee was trapped and remains so to this day. But there are others who whisper that he's still out there, lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the music to fade.
A genie on the loose for centuries, just waiting to strike. That's pretty creepy.
It is, isn't it? But regardless of whether he's truly gone or not, Khortan-Kholee has left his mark on Rudqat. In fact, he's become part of the language there.
What do you mean?
Even today, if someone is acting erratically or causing trouble, people call them Khortan-Kholee. It's like their way of saying, watch out, that person's a bit of a loose cannon, like they're channeling the genie's chaotic energy.
Wow, so Khortan-Kholee's story is more than just a scary folktale. It's become part of the fabric of life in Rudqat.
Exactly. And it reminds us that even in a place as ancient and beautiful as Iran, there are still those whispers of the unknown, of the forces that we might not fully understand, but that continue to shape our lives and our stories.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about ambition, about the power of music and art, and about how even in the face of fear, people can find a way to fight back, to protect their communities.
It does, and it leaves us with so many questions too, right? Like, what if Khortan-Kholee really is still out there? And what would happen if that music ever stopped? Is it our responsibility to keep those ancient forces at bay, even if we don't fully understand them?
It's a lot to think about. Lots of food for thought for our listeners today. But for now, we're going to have to leave it there.
Until next time on Iranian Things.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and maybe keep some music playing, just in case. You never know what it might be keeping at bay.
Never know.
You never know. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you later.